Hello girls and guys, welcome back to DSF. My name is Logan and today we are at the St. Regis Kuala Lumpur for the launch of the all-new E-Class here in Malaysia, consisting of two models, which is the E200 over there, the base spec, and this top spec E350e hybrid. So, what is new in these cars? Well, most of the significant changes are actually on the inside, so we'll save that for last. You guys can check that out soon. First things first, let me highlight this. The new radiator grille with exactly 214 stars. Yes, look at these. These are actually the Mercedes star symbols, and there's 214 of these exactly, which is why this generation of the E-Class is dubbed the W214. So aside from just the new radiator grille on the E350e hybrid, you've also got new lights both on the front and the back. And look at the new shape of these E-Class headlights. Now, we've highlighted this before when we first wrote about this car when it was first launched, but in person it's just so much more stunning and so beautiful to look at, and the rear lights are even more fantastic. So aside from what's new in the front, you can see that the general shape of the car hasn't changed that much. You've still got your camera cluster up here because this car has level 2 autonomous driving. Yes, that's right, level 2 autonomous driving. So it's got a bunch of features that you don't really get in a lot of cars. But then coming off to the side, you also get your radar systems and all. You've got new wheels. These are, I believe, 20 inches if I'm not mistaken. And this new two-color multi-spoke design. It's not really doing it for me personally. It feels very cluttered, very messy. I prefer a more open wheel design, but then again, most luxury car buyers prefer something a bit more closed off, right? So as you can see, we've got more cameras over here. You've got your Mercedes pop-out door handles. These are the ones that you just rub your hand across and then they pop out and you open them. So once again, you put your hand here and just pull it open. That's all. Be gentle with these, don't break them. You can also see that there's visors inside the window in the back here. You've got your charging port here and your fuel cap. So this is a hybrid, which means it can run on electricity alone. And it apparently can do about 100-ish or more kilometers on electric power alone, but that remains to be seen. And then across to the rear, this is my favorite part. You get that same Mercedes star logo in the tail lights. So this is by far the coolest addition to the E-Class in Malaysia, in my opinion. And of course, you see the logo here, right? You don't press it in anymore to open the boot. The boot release is now here, like a more traditional sedan, which will be less confusing to a lot of owners, I assume. And do you get a false floor? No false floor, unfortunately. But this is so big and wide, there is no load lip, as you can see here. You've got some strings, some hooks, you've got everything you need. It is plenty practical. So that should just sum up the exterior changes on the new E-Class here in Malaysia. So let's take a look inside, because that's where the big changes really are. Come with me. Okay, so right off the bat, you'll notice that in the E350e hybrid of the new E-Class series here in Malaysia, you have a very, very different interior. Not only did you get a dual screen setup with some open pore wood and Mercedes-Benz logos going on in the E200, but here you get a triple screen setup with your digital driver display right here, your main infotainment here, and your passenger infotainment right there. This you should be used to from the S-Class already, right? What else is different? You also get a panoramic sunroof up here, which you didn't get on the E200e. Now again, this one comes with the Burmester 4D surround sound system with sound massage, 17 speakers, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. You get that. The audiophiles will love that. But aside from that, you also get a slightly different trim on the wood here, but the interior and the parts remain mostly the same USB ports, same blah blah blah, but the steering wheel is a bit different. You'll notice this is the one where it's broken off on the side here. It's still technically a 3-spoke, it's just 5 spokes on the 3 spokes. But then here we come to the highlight of the E350e, which is this camera right here. And you'll notice on the screen over there, you can see my finger pointing to it, right? Thumbs up just for you guys. Anyway, so this is the highlight of the Mercedes-Benz E350e hybrid here in Malaysia. This is what most people who buy this car will want, because this is one of the most advanced features, and it is very, very unique to this car as well, because not only do you get this camera here that can actually give you a field of view of the entire car, it also comes with the latest MBUX system, which again, Mercedes-Benz user experience, which has AI in it. So this AI can use this camera to even learn your behaviors, and over time it will make the car just how you want it. It'll know how you like to keep your seat, it'll know how you like to drive, it'll know everything about you. And Mercedes-Benz also says that in some time this AI could even learn to predict your behaviors. That means it will know what you want before you even know what you want. So if this sounds like the beginning of Skynet and some Terminator story to you, uh, good luck, I guess. I don't think AI is there yet, but it is still cool because you have all these apps here. Like you'll notice, you can even play games in the car. 9-ball pool, Angry Birds. Oh, that's a blast from the past, isn't it? You've got your digital display here that shows you what's going on. And on top of that, with all the driver assistance and the sound massage and the ambient lighting and the audio from Burmester, you can even use this camera to take video calls in your car. So can you imagine how much time you can save when you're on the road on the way back and someone's like, hey, can you hop on the Teams meeting? Can you hop on the meeting? We need everyone present. And you're stuck in traffic, so usually you can't, right? You just put the Teams meeting on in your phone, leave your phone here, and then you don't open the camera. But now you can, because this camera can actually record you. And while the car has level 2 autonomous driving, you will be very, very safe despite being in a Zoom or Google Meets or Teams meeting or whatever you're in, because the car can practically drive itself. So once again, for 418,888 ringgit, that's 418,888 right here in Malaysia, what do you think of the new Mercedes-Benz E350e hybrid? Okay, saw that? That's all you need to do, and then you pull it open once again. So you'll notice that the door handles actually don't have lights this time, because this is actually the E200, the lower spec model. The E350e actually has lights around its door handles. You can see them right now if you can zoom in on that real quick. You'll also notice that on the E200 you get a very different rim design. So this is a lot more traditional and a lot more open than the one on the E350e, which suits my taste a little bit better. But what do you guys think? Other than that, it's pretty much all the same. You still get the strong haunches in the front, you still get the same lights, except those are digital lights on the E350e. They are more advanced, they can do more things, they have a few more bells and whistles. This is slightly less advanced, but it is still a very, very competent LED light cluster. You'll notice the grille also, same, 214 stars over here. The sides and the rear, pretty much exactly the same as the E350e, nothing much to highlight there. So we'll go inside one of these cars and show you what the difference is, because again, the differences between the E350e and the E200 on the inside are also quite significant. Come along. Okay, so we're inside the new Mercedes-Benz E200. So this is again the lower spec. You'll notice that you still get a very nice modern Mercedes steering wheel. You still got your massive infotainment screen right here in the center, your digital driver display up here, your ambient lighting, and your open pore wood finish with the Mercedes-Benz star logo. Down here in the middle, you also have your cup holders with USB ports, and yes, there's wireless charging there. You've got a nice cubby space with, again, even more USB ports. So the main difference between this cabin and the one in the E350e is that you have 17 speakers in the E350e, including 2 by your ear, for what they call a Burmester 4D sound system, right? And that can also have, it also can follow the music as well. So that's another feature that you don't get here in the E200. But then again, if you really think about it, look at this. The car is very nice. The leather is soft and supple. The interior is practically the same in terms of aesthetic. So there's really not much difference there, unless you are one of those people who is, you consider yourself an audiophile. Maybe you really want to hear the sound and immerse yourself in it with the lighting and the things like that. and the extra features, then yeah, maybe you might want to go for the E350e hybrid. But if not, the E200e is just good enough anyway. And of course, you still get the upgraded and the newest version of the MBUX software in this car, just like the E350e. MBUX is Mercedes-Benz User Experience, in case you were wondering. So yeah, you still got everything you need and more in the E200e, and it costs a lot less too. It's 355,888 ringgit only, which is, well, a rather competitive price in this segment at least, right? Whereas the E350e is well over 400k. So yeah, make your choice with your wallet. But I feel that the E200 is more than good enough for everyday driving, well, at least in terms of looks inside and out. But what do you guys think of the new E-Class here in Malaysia?